Friends, architects, HVAC engineers, HVAC consultants, and my students. Welcome back to VK Jansaki MEP classes. In this particular module, we shall be discussing air filtration. Friends, first let me take up absolute air filters. Absolute air filters are the highest efficiency air filters used in HVAC, clean rooms, and critical environment. They are commonly known as HEPA, that means high efficiency particulate air. So HEPA is an acronym for high efficiency particulate air filters and represent the top level of air filtration. An absolute air filter is a filter that removes almost all fine particles from air typically with an efficiency of equal to or more than 99.97% for 0.3 micron particles as per HEPA standards. They can reach up to efficiency of 99.99% down with 99.9999% efficiency for even small particles. Because of this extremely high efficiency, they are called absolute filters. Friends, the advantages of using HEPA filter is that they are extremely high. They have extremely high filtration efficiency. They remove bacteria, virus, dust, and allergens. Also, they are essential for critical environment. Friends, on the limitation side, they require very high pressure drop. As such, they need strong fans for flowing the air in the duct. Second, cannot handle wet or heavy dust load. They are not washable. Replacement is required after use. They require pre-filters to increase the life. Friends, now we are discussing AIR, American Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers, HVAC filtration standards. The American Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers, known as AIR, we have a counterpart in India also, known as ISARE, has developed an HVAC filter test standard to quantify the efficiency of filters. The ASARE 52.2 standard of 1999 measures the fractional particle size efficiency of an HVAC filter. This indicates the filter's ability to remove airborne particles of differing sizes between 0.3 and 10 micron in diameter. A minimum efficiency reporting value, known as MERV, is assigned to filter depending upon the PSE in three different particle size ranges: 0.3 to 1 micron, 1 to 3 micron, and 3 to 10 microns. The MERV is a numerical system based on minimum PSE. PSE means particulate size efficiency. A rating of 5% is least efficient, while a rating of 16 is most efficient. Friends, pardon me, I forgot to start my presentation from this slide. Anyhow, I am taking now what is filtration. Control of air purity, one of the functions included in the broad definition of air conditioning, consists of reducing or eliminating unwanted particulate or gaseous matter from the air supplied to the conditioned space. The contaminants may be carried to cleaning equipments in the ventilation air from outside air or in recirculated air from space being treated. Efficient air filtration is of special importance in urban areas where damage is likely to be caused by decorations and fittings by airborne dust particles. Fresh or returned air is always filtered before conditioning. This is, this is done to remove the solid suspended impurities from the air from dust, smoke, fiber, germs, microbes by allowing the air to pass through filter of bank of filters. Having filters, medias of felt, straw, jute, fibers, expanded metal, mesh, glass microfibers, paper, or fiberglass. Friends, now we discuss type of filters available. The first category is dry external filters, having subcategories as dry fabric type, high density polyethylene, pleated synthetic filters, or absolute glass microfiber paper type, which may be fireproof and fire resistant as well. Then second category is impingement filters known as viscous type, oil weighted fabric type, 6 or 3 ply, or metal viscous. Friends, let me tell you that I had been in charge of Safdarjung Hospital as executive engineer for continuous 5 years starting from 1995, and in those days we were using metal viscous filter as pre-filter in operation theatres. The third category is electrostatic type, and fourth is air washer and scrubbers. Friends, now we are taking up dry fabric strand filter, of which photograph is attached at the bottom. They have collecting surfaces made of cellulose, cloth, felt, glass fibers, or similar material. Their effectiveness in removing impurities depend upon the uh, physio properties of medium used. One of the features of dry type filter is that periodic cleaning it is possible to prolong the life of the medium. A further advantage of dry filter is that it can be located near heating coils since its performance remains unaffected by heat. The air velocity through the filter varies from 3 to 15 meters per minute, and resistance is of the order of 2.5 mm of water loss from for clean filter type. Friends, the second category of filter is impingement filters. which can be further of following type: disposable, washable, and automatically self-cleaning or recharging type. The photograph is shown at the bottom. These filters utilize the principle of adhesive impingement, by which the impurities are trapped and retained by successive impingement against surface coated with some mineral viscous fluid. Whereas material may be used for surfaces, that is expanded metal, glass fiber, steel, wood, bronze or copper wool, hemp fibers and others. The metal viscous uh, type air filter is shown at the bottom. Friends, now we are discussing advanced pleated synthetic filter media. Pleated air filters used in HVAC systems are made with a wide range of filter media, including fiberglass, polyester, paper, and synthetic non-woven material. Recent advancement in non-woven technologies have allowed for improvement in both performance and value of synthetic filter media over the standard cotton poly blend used for years in HVAC filters. Unlike traditional cotton or poly media, the synthetic filler media is more modern. Filters can be made of extremely bonded, continuous, hydrophobic, that means moisture repelling, polyethylene fibers that resist shedding and don't absorb moisture. This is important in resisting bacterial growth, and it keeps fibers from getting into HVAC coils or into airspace of the building. Moreover, synthetic filter media can be manufactured without the use of chemical binders, meaning that humidity will not affect the structure of the filter. Friends, welcome back to Absolute Air Filter. Absolute air filters are the highest efficiency air filters used in HVAC, clean rooms and critical environments. They are commonly known as HEPA filters and represent the top level of filtration. We have done already. Friends, here we will discuss key characteristic and performance of HEPA filters. Efficiency under EN 1822 standards, European standards. These filters classes E10 to U16 provide extremely high dust removal, such as 99.97% or higher for 0.3 micrometer particles, HEPA. Second is absolute versus nominal. Unlike nominal filters, which offer an approximate removal rate of 90%, absolute filters are certified to stop almost 100% of particles larger than the rated pore size. Next characteristic feature is media and construction. Commonly made from fiberglass or PTFE, pleated in aluminum, steel or wooden frames. Next is mechanism. They operate through sieve action, collision and diffusion, and collecting particles at the surface, which allow them to capture extremely small particles, including bacteria and some micro dust. Friends, absolute filters are used where high purity is critical in clean rooms and operating theaters to ensure sterile air. Second, industry. In pharmaceutical industry, food and beverages, and microelectronics industries. Third, compressed air for removing contaminants that damage sensitive components. Operational considerations. Pre-filtration is necessary due to their density. Absolute filter cannot handle high dust concentration and must have a pre-filter to catch larger particles. Testing. They are typically tested individually before leaving the factory, e.g. DOP test to guarantee performance. Next, pressure management. They have a high resistance to flow, high delta P, requiring powerful air handlers. Friends, this particular table compares different type of filters and their uh, capacity range, uh, the filtration area in which they are available, filter media shown, and salient features. The application wise, so let me talk of dry type. They are used in hospital, computer, biological, petrochemical, and other such industries. Recommended velocity has to be greater than 75 meter per minute. In case of absolute filter, their capacity range is 170 to 1700 cms cubic meter per annum against 25 mm size. The filter media is fireproof microglass fiber paper plated over corrugated board. The salient feature is the efficiency of 99.997 down to 3 micron particle and at last application. They are 100% moisture resistant. Hospital, operation theaters and intensive care computers, third generation onward, photographic labs, space and research units. I recommended velocity is here over 75 meter per minute. Friends, at last, thanks for constantly watching throughout this presentation. Thanks once again from VK Jain.